Hey everybody, welcome to Margaret Being Margaret. It is Wednesday, it's around noontime. We went to swim this morning. That was not terribly successful. I want to get some stuff done. Lowe's delivered the stuff to build the sandbox. And I also took apart, I dumped the water out of the little pool. It's been in there for weeks. It's a scuzzy mess. So I've got to run in the house because I forgot. I'm going to run in the house and get some Comet to scrub it down. Thought I had it with me, but it's very humid outside. It's in the mid 80s, but there's zero sun. So there's that. I don't feel like I have the strength to bring those 4x4x6s out to the back. And I want to start digging out for the sandbox. Also, don't feel like I have the strength to do that. That's not good. So I came out here and dumped the water out. Now let's scrub it out. That's why I put the longer pants on. I'm going to get soaked, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. That'll be fine. I don't even think I should bother to fill this up. For some reason, we don't seem to be using it. Maybe I'll put an inch or two in the bottom. We'll see. I can't put the cover on without Nikki's help. It doesn't, pulls right off. And we can't fill this up because it's broken. I read the reviews on it. I read the good reviews when I got it. Should have read the bad reviews. It won't stay filled. The plugs don't stay closed. Hi! Your pool is very dirty. You see Lowe's came? Yeah. Hey, Harry, where's my tomatoes? On the island. Aha! Sorry. It didn't take much Comet to clean that out. Well, before I turned this off, you probably heard me talking. Miss Squish came outside with her mom and Nick's dad. So I filled that up about 3 inches. And Harry helped me put the cover on it. So the next thing is to start doing the sandbox. The sandbox right now is right under that. And it's that little, one of those little stupid turtle ones that's way too small. So Lowe's today delivered the 4x4 squares, 6 foot long, so it'll be 6x6. I've got the paper to go under it, the barrier, and I'm just gonna level that out a little bit, not to bury the first course because it'll be 3 courses high. But Nick just mentioned that she might want it someplace else. So she said that she'll come out while Squish is sleeping and she'll make a decision where she wants that. And before anybody does why is she making the decision if you're doing it? I'm sure she'll do probably more than my share. And it's her house. So I think that's kind of fair. I mean, the poor kid puts up with her mother-in-law full time. Somebody had asked me how I keep animals out of the sandbox, cats and all that stuff. And I had put it, and I never talked about it. I get bags of cinnamon, 5-pound bags. Cinnamon deters just about everything. So I think I ordered another 5-pound bag. You know, I order so much, I'm not even sure. So I've been outside for about an hour. Nikki will get squished down, then she'll probably come out. And we'll talk about where she wants the sandbox. I don't know where she'll put it, if not here. Wherever, we'll do it. I'd like to get that done this next week since we have the sand sitting there and Lowe's just delivered. And when the Lowe's driver came, and it was private contracted, he pulled up and I went out and I said, I want it right here on the grass, please. And he went, fine. No problem whatsoever. There are plenty of really good people still out there. while I'm sitting around, let's talk a little bit. It's been very interesting the last couple days on the YouTube site, the comments. And I think I'm getting feisty. Somebody had put up that, I shouldn't have complained about Home Depot. That's not what the channel's for. And I did write, hello, it's called Margaret being Margaret. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because she said, keep that off the site. Somebody else told her how rude she was, since it's my site. If I overstep like that, or if I'm constantly doing downers, just tell me nicely, please. Because I don't want it to be a downer. But at the same time, real life, every once in a while intrudes, right? So I get to say, I dealt with an idiot today. And today I dealt with somebody who's not an idiot, who's a good person. What I really want to talk about. I found this so interesting. I need to sit up more. I found this hard to get dressed. I found this so interesting. On that Home Depot minute and a half rant, I said, can I please run the world? I want to pick me. And do I mean it? Yeah, I kind of do. I just think the world needs to be run. And I said, pick me or another woman. I am being facetious when I say that. One person, and I know differences make the world go round. And it does make the world go round, and it's very interesting. But, she had actually put up, the world needs to be run by a man. Man is stronger, smarter. I need a big, strong man. We all do. Women's lib kind of deal did us in that we don't respect men. And there's truth in all of that, except for the fact that, the world needs to be run by men. No, the world needs to be run by a person with morals, an ethical person. I don't care if you call them a Republican, a Democrat, a Libertarian, an alien. I can't say alien because someone from Mars. It doesn't matter. I just adamantly mean we need morals and ethics. I happen to think many women that in my realm, in our realm, as they get older, have a lot on the ball. The comments were, well, don't you remember when we were paid less than men and for the same job? And the answer came back with, yeah, but men are stronger. We're not talking about lifting weights. We're not talking about physical strength. In physical strength, men are going to beat women every single day. It's genetics. Men are stronger than women. It's a fact. So if you put any woman up against any man, a man is going to be stronger 99% of the time, physically. Mentally, I don't think men are smarter than women. And I really, if I want to be serious, I don't think women are smarter than men. But we're distinctly different. And women, I think, have a given talent for seeing through things quicker. As nurturers, most of us can look at things differently. I think many women, or more women than men, consider other people first. Not all. There is no all in this. But I do think women do a good job. However, when you look at women in leadership, in high-ranking leadership, I still think that goes out the window. I think women, instead of playing the ethical and moral angle, want to get in the men's club. And then you see the same thing. And I'm not talking on the national stage, although I do think it's on the national stage. I'm talking in the neighborhood. I'm talking in local business. I'm talking in your workplace. I think when many women get in a position of having some power, they play the game the way the men did. I think sometimes the morality and the ethics go out the window, which is appalling to me. I'm not built that way. That's why I say pick me, pick me. I truly think that you could offer me billions to do something that I think is ethically wrong and I wouldn't take it. I just don't think it's worth it. Nothing's worth that. Nothing's worth giving up my integrity. So anyway, I find that conversation in the comments, and it is a whole scroll of them, very, very interesting. I don't think it's a right versus wrong. I don't think men are right, women are wrong, or women are right, men are wrong. I think right is right, wrong is wrong. And yes, I see things black and white. You can hit me with all the little nuances of yes, Margaret, but the trade-off is I'm not good with trade-offs. I think there's ways around that. And I do think you have to be ruthless. I think you have to be willing to alienate large groups of people to do the right thing. It isn't just me. A lot, I have friends that say that's just you, Margaret. I've got that kind of strength. I don't want to believe that that's just me. I think if you know right and wrong and you do wrong, you know you're wrong. So do right. I think if you are making money off of somebody else's back, that's wrong. There's no gray area. It's wrong. And when somebody says, yeah, but if I didn't get it, somebody else would. And just think if all of us started going, that's wrong, then we wouldn't have any of this problem. Am I oversimplifying it? Not in my mind. I mean, of course, it's an oversimplification of the facts, but the facts are, is it wrong? Okay, conversation's over. Find another way. So I don't know if any of you feel about, actually, I was going to say, I don't know how many of you feel about it, but I do know how many of you feel about it. Just from our conversations and comments mostly, and on our Facebook page a little bit, to know that I think the quiet majority in any situation is recognizing right from wrong. But until the quiet majority grows, stops being quiet, it won't change. And I don't think this is a new thing. If you remember, I remember my parents' era back in the 50s. I remember the corruption. I remember the small town politics. Come on. You can't be that naive to think that this is just happening today. It's happened all through mankind. And it will continue to happen all through the rest of mankind. I think we can stop a lot of it if individually on a small level we take a stand. Just a no, which is what I'm good at. When somebody says something, I just go, no. No, thank you. Yeah, but no. We don't do yeah buts. There's no such thing as yeah, but. That's just like if when I had the salon, if somebody came to me with a problem, Mary's doing this. All right, well, did you talk to Mary? No, I want you to, no. Oh, no. No. What I would say is, okay, we'll take care of it. And they would get very happy, like, ha ha, Mary's in trouble. And I'd say, Mary, here. Joanne, here. Sit down. This is what's going on. You did this, you're saying that. Bye-bye. I'll be back in 10 minutes. I want to know what your solution is. And I'd walk out. And in 10 minutes, they'd go back in. And if they hadn't solved it, I'd say, then sit here and work it out. Yes, you're on my dime right now. I'm paying you. I'm paying you to work it out. Because if I have to work it out, neither one of you are going to end up happy. And we did that for 38 years. And that's why people stayed. Because as uncomfortable as it is, it's the fair way to do it. I would have a girl come in, a stylist, and say, please don't say anything, but. All right. You just preface it with something that you know is not going to happen. Because I am going to say something. And it is going to be, I'm not going to do a, well, I heard. No, that's not fair to anybody. I don't like behind the back things. If something's bothering you and you don't speak up, it's on you. If you speak up and want a solution, all right, I'll help you with it. I'm not doing it for you. I also have always said, if you come up to me and say, this is not, Margaret, this is wrong. And I would say, okay, what's your proposed solution? I don't know. Well, come back to me when you have one. Do not bring me a problem without a proposed solution, because that means you've put some thought into it and you're not just complaining. That's how I've always lived my life. And that's why sometimes I've known to be very, very pragmatic, very strong, very stern. I don't think it's stern. I think it's pragmatic. So many times people say, I wish I were more like you. My answer, then be more like me. Not that I think I'm right or that you should be like me. I don't. I know there's a million times better ways to do it than the way I solve things. But this is my proposed solution. And if you don't have a better solution, this is the one we're going with, folks. So I found that conversation so interesting. And I mean it when I say interesting, but I also mean it when I say I was very disheartened by the one comment that felt that men belonged, that men were superior. That really made me sad to hear that there's still that thinking going on. Which why would that make me sad? I just think it diminishes everybody. And here's my black and white. I think that's wrong. It is so humid out right now and so yucky. But there's a slight breeze, and with the sun not out, I'm able to get some stuff done. If Nikki gets out here and tells me where I can start digging, I really want to get that going today. Last night, Nikki came out and mowed the lawn with that zero-turn mower. She's in love. Michael is away on business for quite a few days. So I told Nick she's got to pace herself with, being the only adult in the house. In her house, I consider myself an adult most of the time. And I'll take Squish as much as she'll let me have her. I also know Nick's got to do what Nick's got to do. She did bring Squish over last night when she decided to mow the lawn. Asked if I wanted her. Oh, really? We colored. We played. Tomorrow I know they have things to do. Friday is the day that we'll go to the restaurant. And then starting next week, Nick starts going back into school a couple days. Then it's only 2 weeks before she's back. Boy, time is flying by. I'm hoping over the weekend, or maybe even during the week, to get over to my sister Shirley's saltwater pool. I love that saltwater pool. You come out and you feel so good. You don't have to shower. You don't have to get the chlorine off you. It actually feels really good. And if Shirley's around a couple of days, maybe when Nick goes to school, I might head to the pool. I don't want to be at the pool with just Squish and I. I don't think that's very safe. If Shirley's not going to be around, maybe I can talk a friend into meeting me there, just to be the second lifeguard of the situation. Yesterday, I went to lunch with a friend who hasn't seen the house finished. The last time she was over was December, when we still had just the framing and the plastic up. It's amazing to think about that now. We hung around for hours. We had such a good time going out to lunch. She actually said after a couple of hours at the restaurant, "Oh, you think we maybe should get out of the seats that we're taking up so that they don't get mad like the last time we went someplace?" And we came back here and sat in the house and talked because it was blooming hot outside. So I'm going to sit here, wait for Miss Nick to come out, I hope, and then do an hour's worth of work and go in and collapse for a little while. Harry, Nick's dad, brought over some tomatoes. I don't know if you heard me say that. I yelled, "Where are the tomatoes?" very rudely. And he told me he left them on my counter. I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm rude. And I'll talk to you again over the weekend. Or you'll get to see me if I get any more work done. So take care, everybody. Hope you're having an awesome week. And make sure you comment I got a lot of stuff that I just unpacked there that I'd like to hear what you're thinking about. I'm done. Take care.
One down.
Okay. I said, okay, we're waiting on Nick. She's going to tell us what she's thinking.
No.
I honestly wondered if you wanted it where the base of this is, because that's flatter, but it doesn't matter.
Ideally, I would want it more this way.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to lose more of
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right.
Over
So
here's kind of flat, right?
yeah, well, you don't want it too much under, not quite under the tree, though, right?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I was kind of.
Yeah. Do your thing. You can go back further yet. That way, if you want.
I just would.
Yeah.
The tree. I am gonna cut all that down. Michael left me his thing so I can.
Oh, his sawzall.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
good.
The battery.
That's what your father was saying.
He's been leaving me the sawzall and not the battery. So
yeah. See. Yeah, because even if you come back this far, you know, with the.
Yeah, that's ideally I would want.
I think that's perfect, Nick.
And then I don't have to mow behind it.
Yep. I think this is good because it'll be here. Now, do you want it squared or do you want it like?
I think squared.
Yeah. Did you get that, everybody? We came up with a plan. All right, turn this off. You don't need to hear me talking bad now. Honest to Pete, we just brought the whole thing down on a hand truck, and I forgot to turn the video on. Nikki pulled, I pushed. She's going back to get the one board that's still up there. I'm on strike. Where is she? She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. Here she comes. So I'll go downstairs in a couple minutes and get a shovel. I'll go in the house and get the level, and then we'll be good to go. It's perfect. Good. I just have to fill in, a couple places. And... All right, sun does not need to be out.
Jeez. Need a sweat break.
I get you. All right, that's good. Nope, still not enough. Okay. Down to me, I'll have to quit.
Oh, there's a snake.
Ah! Yeah, that's enough.
Gonna give that some space.
Yep.
I definitely deserve its habitat.
Oh, I hate snakes so much.
Me too. Don't know if that's like my absolutely not animal.
Can I have your sawzall? Or can you? It's a root.
It's just all. You see it? I'm gonna try. But
yeah.
It's all jacked up.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's terrible. I'm saying bad words inside. I knew I would be.
Just inside?
Yeah. Like, really? Come on now. How many times do you want me to? Until it's right is what you're going to do, Margaret. All right, that works, but this is not going to at all. Nope. We're going to be between a rock and a hard place. Okay, how's that work for you? All right, I need a second opinion. I'm assuming I'm going to have to come up more on this end. But just a tiny bit. Because there is, where it's going to come up like just this much. All right? Yeah. But here, I think I've now got it so that I can live with it. Oh, now, no. But look, this one needs to come up a tiny bit on that end. This one would need to come down.
So is the board not straight?
Of course
not.
not.
I would lift up that end and not stress about the front, like the...
Well, yeah, but as the courses get up, I don't want them turning. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, this is as good as I'm going to get it because it's fine everywhere except right here. Yeah. So it's going to have to be fine. I don't like doing business that way. You, sir, are done. Whether we want you to be or not. All right, sun, go away. God bless America. All right, so that one's that way. This one, all right, that's okay. Now let's see how this is. It's not going to be okay that way. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, why is this not going right? You know, they're all the friggin' same. Why don't they square?
One's not square.
Well, that's ridiculous.
That's how it is.
I'm not cutting them. That's not happening. I don't think her Sandbox is going to win a Sandbox of the year. I'm so sorry. Might win Sandbox of the neighborhood. Holy bananas. Come on, it only needs a little bit. No reason to be miserable here. Are you keeping track of what time it is? Yeah.
But I can shower.
Yeah, good idea.
5 minutes.
Oh, I just think you just jinxed yourself
Absolutely.
completely. No matter how many times I cut it, I have to do it again.
I need to make a brush.
Yeah, it's about where it's going to go because it's just about right. And I'm going to stop for a while just while that sun's out. Take your monitor with you.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with just having this part more or less lined up. And then
Because we'll need to put.
the next one screwed together will start to make it do its thing.
Yeah.
At some point in the next day or two, we'll load up the lawnmower,
Yeah.
bring that stuff back so I can work on it. I'm so happy that this has started and everything's back here so that I can move along now. All right, now the next one is supposed to be, oh, I did it wrong. Son of a petunia.
I was wondering what your plan was.
Well, one side is supposed to be inside and back. Ah,
Unless you.
that's okay. No, I do want to do it right. This one's going to have, it goes inside that one.
Right.
And
Like
and this one goes outside of that one. Okay, not a big deal. Yeah, but if I have to take two out.
Yeah.
So
You do.
I might as well. That's okay. I'm
'Cause
glad I
it was-
caught it before I started
this
drilling
one-
things. Should be on the outside.
No, I'm moving to.
I'm glad I caught it just because I'm looking like,
Like I
wait a
said, I was
minute.
wondering what your plan was.
Yeah. Well, I think, well, I'm going to make the first one square and the next will overlap. Works it's fine. Who sat there the whole time and let me do this?
Power tool.
Ugh. Darn it all. It's always after I get it done that I realize I did it wrong. And it's not for nothing, but I've been thinking about it the whole time. So let's fix it before I get mad and don't do it at all. That's where that goes. Okay. Then this. Sorry, indecent exposure. That's crazy. How about that? I think that would make more sense. This is what I want to do. Dig out all of this. It's going to go there to there. I'm going to open the sand and put a little bit of it. Because that will mean the sand will do a better job of leveling it. Okay. I think it's more or less done. I probably should have squared up the timbers with a saw, but I didn't. And I'm not going to. I think it's been 2 hours. That's good enough. 90% square, 90% leveled. If I don't sit down and do nothing and get out of the sun and drink some water, I'm going to pass out and be good to nobody. I don't know if I'm done for the day. I'd love to get the first course screwed together, but I'm not going to be stupid about it. Because up till now, believe it or not, whew, I don't consider what I've done stupid. I'm happy with that. Goes putting that sand in was, I should have started doing it at the very beginning. If you were my handkerchief, where would you be? I don't know. It's gone. Oh, there it is. Excuse me. So, I have to take this well-earned break, possibly put down the landscape fabric, put enough bags of sand, which I'd have to go get them. But I could probably get them on the hand truck, a couple bags. I do have the landscape fab back here. We brought it back. But my excuse for not doing it is I don't have the scissors. I'm tired. I'll be back. This is so stupid. I just sat and took 2 or 3 sips of water, and I'm ready to get going again. I want to take the timber off the hand truck, take the hand truck, get a couple bags of sand, and get my scissors, and get that part done. This is always how I do things. I think I'm going to stop, and it's just a 2-minute stop. The sun is brutal. There you go. My God, I'm tired. I can't do this while the sun is on. I can't. The reason I started it is because it was so overcast today. I don't want to have a top on the bottom of this because it needs to drain through. And again, where are the scissors? Oh my God, I don't know. Son of a banana. I know they're staring right at me, right? I know you're yelling at me right now. Okay, my low battery's on, but that's official. I'm calling it.
This has been a long day. Holy mackerel. It took me about an hour and a half to recover from being out there. I think it was about 3 or 4 hours. I really pushed it. It is ready tomorrow to start putting together, and my plan right now is to do that. Took a shower, had dinner, barely moved. I've been editing this thing. That video went on forever. So it's almost 11 o'clock. I'm going to finish this up, get it online for you in the morning, and I hope you all had a wonderful day. I'll talk to you again probably tomorrow night, show you the progress. Let's hope I can't even, I'm too tired to cross my fingers. I can't do it. All right, those are crossed fingers. You can't tell, but I'm trying. Cross my fingers that there's progress. You know, something wonderful happened all day today. Nikki and I got a lot done, and you got to see us work together and got to see a little bit more of Nikki, which makes me happy. You all have a wonderful week. Something wonderful will happen tomorrow, too. Don't know what it is. I'm done. Good night.